morning. In the city, as in Regina, Saskatoon. And I would leave my Xbox at home too. It'd be silly to bring it with. Visiting family for the Easter weekend, or just headed to the city for the weekend mini vacation. Or is it more than just the weekend? Are you actually on spring break? Well, we're seeing some mustard. I mean, I told everybody why there was no live last weekend, because I was on vacation. Oh, you can't see me. Camera slider. Camera slider, thanks. Appreciate that. I did tell everybody like multiple times that we weren't going to be live last weekend, like for like 3 weeks in a row. I also spent time in the city, also in the middle of nowhere. I just was in Edmonton, not Saskatoon. A bit bigger of a city. Yeah, something to eat would be good. I just don't know what. Got a tractor parked there for rolling. How you guys doing? I see there's a bunch of you on shorts already. On vertical. Come on in. All right. 15 people? That's pretty awesome. That's abnormal. Our Saskatchewan toy farmer. The question is, how long are they going to stay? Usually a few seconds. Super Puppy in the house. How's it going, Super Puppy? I really like this tractor. What we should do is switch to in cab. Yeah, I told you, Saskatchewan toy farmer, they don't stick around a long time. YouTube algorithm right at the beginning when you start to go live gives you a whole bunch of people, and if they don't stick around, it just goes dead. You get very few people after that. So the key is to keep people right at the beginning of your stream. You have to gotta be a lot more exciting than me. Switch my hat, guys. You guys decide the hat I wear. You guys decide. This is on you. I've been looking at some hat stores. Oh, by the way, there's some mystery hats you guys haven't seen yet. There are some mystery hats. Ah, the wrist. The wrist. I don't know. Saskatchewan Toy Farmer can't join. Super Puppy can't join. Is there even a point to do multiplayer cross-platform? Should I just go to... Hey, Vernon. Welcome back. Should I just go back to through the years and just do that? PC only? Why would I have to change the thumbnails and titles? Oh no, I'm not saying right now. I'm saying just period. Okay. You're saying not today. You're saying it's maybe just a today Easter thing. Hey, sure noob. Welcome in. Welcome in. No, I will not be live streaming later. I have to go to work early today. Unfortunately, I have to work on Easter Sunday and Easter Monday. It's how deliveries get made. Truck drivers have to drive on holidays. So you guys are saying don't kaboosh the cross-platform. Because the stores, everybody still needs their stuff in the stores. So I have to work. Holiday or not. They've really pushed me to work even the biggest holidays. Like, I disagree. Sure, noob. With, huh? Precision farming updated, yes. Sure, noob. Us Abrahamic religions, we should go. Life is busy till we keep our eyes open forever. Not closed forever, open forever. Saskatchewan Toy Farmer came to the light side. You've left the dark side behind.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Nope, it's just a tree. It's a tree. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. Let's just go this way. I meant to do this. Totally meant to do this. Hey, Navi. You're jumping back and forth. Which one do you prefer, Saskatchewan Toy Farmer? Even on phone, I prefer horizontal, not vertical. All right. So I don't think you understood what I said, sure noob. You're saying life, as long as we're alive, we'll keep struggling. But after death, isn't there... Do we have death, or is there just eternal life? Eternal eyes open. Yes? I know you're talking about the human body, not the spirit. I'm just being nitpicky. I think I'll put bigger end row there so I don't end up in the trees and embarrass myself again. I mean, you guys don't seem to mind if I embarrass myself. There's our line. That way? Okay. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Oh, yeah. I'm still so congested. So congested. Still ending up in the ditch. I still need more Enro. Still need more Enro. Okay, where are we in debt? We wanted to buy a newer, bigger cedar and stuff, right? Wow, so much debt. So much debt. I have a question about oranges. I don't know anything about oranges. I know very little about oranges. Nope, no oranges grow in Canada. It's too cold in Canada to grow oranges. No oranges, no lemons. Too cold. The tree itself would grow, it just wouldn't produce fruit. Apples, peaches, pears, that stuff will grow in British Columbia in certain areas. Very limited areas can we grow apples, but I mean, I've got one person that joined Saskatchewan Toy Farmer, but I agree, she doesn't count. It's empty, I drank it all. Can't have it back. Not really. No orange trees in Farming Sim. Farming Sim is really aimed at more northern hemispheres. You can do greenhouses with oranges, but it's gimmicky. No real orchard farming. I think that's maybe where Farm Sim should go next, is do orchard farming properly. Get all the orchard equipment and stuff like that. They did wine or olives? Not really. That's closer to, yeah. Olives is a try. Yeah. So your prices have gone really low and ours have gone really high because you can't export them and we can't buy them. Ours all come from California and Florida anyway. In the U.S. even the tomatoes. And just pay $10 for what you paid 80 cents for. Farmers are just throwing their crops into the ditches because it costs more to transport them than the sale of the yeah, we've had that here before where farmers were just dumping all their potatoes and stuff in on the fields. Just dump it all and restart, hoping that next year will be better. Isn't war just great? War is great for the billionaires. Just makes poor people way more poor. They say investment stocks and anything go way up right after a war. Wars are great for the millionaires and billionaires. Yep, we're paying a lot of money. Our cost of living keeps going stupid high, and my wage has not increased at all. I asked about a wage. Last time I asked, a wage increase was in December. The response was, if I give you guys a raise, we're going to go out of business and go bankrupt. So if I want a job, don't ask for a raise. What do you do? We have a lot of fresh water, but it's too cold to grow fruits and vegetables of most. And our fresh water is up way north where there's no farmable land. There's no way of farming up way up north where the fresh water is. Is JS playing with you today? I'm assuming you mean Jess? And yeah, she's on the map here somewhere. Yeah, Canada doesn't have a lot of farmland, and all our farmland is all right along the southern border. Point of fake video. What? Point of fake video. Interesting, Gary. Interesting. Oh yeah, I suspect it's gonna go that way. Now, usually I actually suspect the other way first of just already long gone. That's my first suspicion. Oh yeah, global warming has great effects on Canada, but it's rock. Northern Canada is rock. There's no fertile ground there. There's like up north, there's no fertile ground up there. So like this winter, we barely had a winter this year. It was the winter that wasn't. Global warming is affecting us greatly, but there's no farmland up north. So now I suspect Gary is 10 years old and his daddy owns a farm, and he's not actually a real farmer, and he thinks anyone that plays a video game isn't a real farmer. But you'd be right. It's not fake. We're just playing a video game. Dude, it's just a video game, Gary. Get over yourself. And let daddy do the farming, okay, Gary? Let daddy do the farming. Yeah, so sure, noob, you need some of our water for your fertile ground. Vernon says, I need to talk to Juan and Jess. Aren't you talking to Juan and Jess? Isn't that what you're doing right now? You guys confuse me. Like parts of Canada are very fertile, but it's way down south here. Up north, it's just not there yet. Yeah, Vernon, we've gone through that. It sucks. It just sucks. That's all there's to it. It just sucks. Basically, Vernon, 1 hour at a time. Okay. I should fold that sucker up. All right, let's go back to the farm. How about Saskatchewan? Saskatchewan is very dry. Extremely, extremely dry. They grow a lot of grains there. So wheat and canola and mustard. Yeah, Vernon, honestly, that subject is still very close to home for us, so we're not the best for advice on that. Yeah, Saskatchewan is extremely arid. And it's not like we could take the water from up north and pump it down to southern Saskatchewan and farm it, because it would kill the ecosystem up north, kill all the wildlife, the fish and the animals. Your brother says in all of Canada he likes BC. I agree, I like BC. I really like the East Coast though too. Newfoundland and Nova Scotia are beautiful too. But southern British Columbia is probably the closest to the environment you live in. Okay. Are you kidding me? I'm parked inside that. Parked too far away? Yeah, southern interior BC. The Fraser Valley and the Okanagan Valley and Smilkameen Valley. That's probably the closest to your weather. Repair, yes. So did your brother come and visit British Columbia? Fueled up. You were in BC last week. Nice. So road trip through the country? I'm assuming he took Highway 1 all the way through, if it was a road trip. Although Highway 16 and 3 would be a great option too. Well, Vernon, you're not bothering anyone. Don't worry about it. Where does this get parked? Wait, are we done seating? I made this mistake last time playing in here. Only play it so often, you forget what you're doing. Okay, it looks like all of our fields, which are right here, are growing. So we got a bunch of contracts too. Okay. Yard. In fact, it might be a great way to empty that trailer from all the rest of the fertilizer. Just unload this into pallets. So that trailer full of fertilizer, load it all into this, unload it in the yard. We have to. Oh, it's a sensitive subject, but it's not a bother. Obvious reasons it's a sensitive subject, but it's not a bother. Remember, it was hard with single player, so. All right, where do I park this? They bought a car. So now less focus on studies and more on wasting time. This is the international 2+2. It's very popular in this part of the world here in Manitoba. Yeah, southern Manitoba has very fertile ground. Lots of grains, lots of corn, potatoes, and beets. But southern Canada. Go down here. Yeah, try to put them here where they're like here in this grass area over here. Try to put them there. All right, let's see. There's a tractor in a field right there. Let's jump in there. Enter vehicle. Perfect. Do that again. Let's run the John Deere. This is a smaller John Deere 6R. 281 horsepower. Yeah, unload all the seeds up with you. Yeah, probably do it with a seeder. So we were having trouble with the seeder, so I don't know. We'll get it figured out next season. Have you seen videos of Laura Farms? Yeah, I've watched Laura Farms before. Laura Farms is pretty much a green farm. It's all John Deere, right? Yeah, literally millions of dollars of farm machinery on Laura Farms. Same with Millennial Farmer, Welker Farms. I think Welker Farms is a bit of a poorer farmer. Actually, if you watch Welker Farms, that's a lot like Saskatchewan farming. Welker Farms is in Montana, and that's kind of on the Alberta-Saskatchewan border. If you watch Welker Farms, they have very dry crop, very low crop. Like, hey, never fear, the crackhead is here. Welker Farms. Here, I'll find it. I'll find it for you. Here, hang on. Let's go to YouTube. They use big buds. They use big tractors, but they pretty much build them themselves, rebuild old tractors themselves. I watch these guys all the time. But that's a lot more Saskatchewan type of farming. Huge fields to get a little bit of crop. It's a good watch. I like watching them rebuild tractors, and they're not rich farmers like Laura Farms and Millennials that use modern equipment. They use more old school equipment. Big equipment, but older stuff. But yeah, they're like Saskatchewan, very, very dry. Every year is a struggle for them. Me too, Jesse. I love the old iron. Even on this farm, we're running a lot of old iron. You still have to pay it off. I wouldn't say it's easy. You have to pay off all that equipment from the banks. Because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. It's a huge gamble. more and more of the more and more of the big farms are being bought out by one or two companies. Soon all the farms are going to be controlled by a few people. Farmers are going bankrupt all over the place. Definitely not easy. Yeah, U.S. has a lot more farmland than Canada. Like, U.S. has huge, huge amounts of farmland. But people like Bill Gates buy out farms. The huge billionaires are going to own all the farms soon in the U.S. Historian, I will say that FS25 is definitely an important compared to FS22, FS 2019. I'm not quite. I think there's a typo in there. I still love FS22 and 19. I don't play much 19, but I still play a lot of 22. But it sounds like a through the years is coming to FS22 here 25 pretty quick. You can't get a loan from a bank? Isn't that the point of a bank? Isn't the point of a bank to borrow out money? That way, if you have money, you can lend it out to other people. The bank is the middleman for that. I thought that's the whole point for banks. If not that, what's the point? You have other companies that do loans? Can you get private loans? No, we don't have any loans right now. We are debt-free. Don't own anything, but we are debt-free. No, land. We own no land. Okay, so how does a bank make money then if they don't borrow it out? Because how banks work is if I have an extra $10, I put it in the bank for safekeeping. I expect the bank to give me interest on that $10. So in a year from now, that'll be $10 and 1 penny. How did the bank get that penny? By borrowing my $10 to somebody else. So they borrowed my $10 to somebody else and charged somebody else 5 pennies for that $10. They kept 4 and gave 1 penny to me. If banks don't loan money out, how do banks even make money? Farm 26 is coming? No. Farming Simulator 26 will not be a thing. Definitely not. FS 27 or 28 could be believable. More likely 28. FS 28 would be believable. So how does a bank make money then? If you can't make money on money, how does a bank make money? That makes no sense. By becoming a partner, but how do you make money by being a partner? Well, you can't pay back anyone if you can't borrow it out. I don't know what the point of putting your money in a bank then is. It's not a traditional bank then. Wait. They can finance a business through partnership, which is a loan. They're just loaning out money, just not calling it a loan. Hey, you're selling those oranges for so and so much money. Why don't we become 50% partner, and we'll build that orange farm into this huge farm, but we get to keep this much money for this many years. Yeah. But why would I, if I'm not making any money off of my investment, why would I put my money into a bank? Why would I put my $10 into the bank, just keep it under my mattress instead, if my $10 in a year will still be $10? So putting your money in a bank is not like us putting money into savings. A bank is more like the stock system. I invest my money into stocks, and if that company did well, I made money. If the company lost money, I lost money. So the bank, putting your money into a bank, you could actually lose the money if the bank loses money. And with a bank, you convert all the dollar bills into a credit card, into plastic. Convenience too. And obviously, as a rule, the bank doesn't want to lose money. So as a rule, you shouldn't lose money putting your money in the bank. Yeah, interesting. But because of religious reasons, you can't make money on money. So banks work very different. But you said it was easy for farms to finance. Well, then why couldn't farms over there just become partners with banks? It'd be the same deal. I use my credit card everywhere because I get money back, more money using my credit card than using my debit card. Huh? So farms do not make enough money for a bank to invest in a farm. That sucks. Basically, farmers, you're poor. You're not worth an investment. When the bank should say, let's become a partnership and have 300 farms all in one partnership. Make it a mega farm. And then there'd be money. Then there would be money. I don't know. Do Muslims in Canada get loans? Depends how strictly you follow the teachings, I guess. So that's how you get around it. You follow the laws of the land. Yep, that makes sense. And since your government is so religious, that makes sense. Yep. Here religion and government is separated. You make loans, so you have to pay interest, but you're not allowed to earn interest. But then any money you put into a bank automatically just makes interest on you, though. Yeah, checking account doesn't. Savings account does. Okay. RRSPs, retirement funds. Yeah, those aren't technically you're not technically earning interest. You're earning investment from those. That's investments. That's more like stock. Yeah, but your government laws have a lot of religious laws in them. Our Canadian laws do not have any religion in them. No culture in them, just right or wrong. No, Navi. Navi. No. He's from Pakistan. Unfortunately, the whole world's at war. Pakistan's at war with India. Iran's at war with everybody around them. The U.S. just likes bombing people. Israel likes bombing people. Yep, it's all war everywhere. So you rent out your shop. So instead of charging interest, you're renting out a shop. It's not interest. No, that makes sense. Ukraine and Russia are at war. Yeah. I can't remember all the wars going on. I thought this would be fast and easy to get this rolled. So how do you... So, hang on. You rent out a shop and the guy pays you between 20 and 80K. So how do you decide how much he pays rent? So you bought the rent, or you bought the shop out of pocket. He rents it from you. So the shop is an investment for you. You bought a shop, and now you rent it out, and you make money off of that shop. But it's not a fixed income, which is confusing to me. Maybe he's saying he bought the shop from the guy he's renting it to. This is how I read the comment. There's a shop over here. The owner is selling it, so you went and bought the shop, and then you're renting it to the guy you bought it from. No? Just doesn't think I'm translating properly. And historian, Ukraine is now selling drones to fight Iranian drones. While Ukraine is fighting a war, they're selling weapons. It's funny. Fixed rent is not prohibited, but it's disliked. So it's better to enter a partnership with a person who wants to rent a shop. So if the business makes a profit, you get a share from it. Okay. Yeah, okay. So the person you're renting your shop to, if he made $20 and you get 10% of whatever he makes, you got $2. If he made $80, you get $8. If the business does not make money, you actually pay him. So if he loses $10, you pay him $1. Wow. So it's very, very beneficial for you as the renter to make sure he's making money. That would not work here. That would not work here. People would very quickly find a way of abusing that. Because this is what I would see people do. Hey, let's become this partnership 50-50. Every dollar I make, you pay. No, that would never work. Because if I decide not to work, I lose money. I still only get 50% of the money back that I lost. No, but a fixed income, all it does is stability. The fixed income just makes it stable. A deal like you have, some months you could make a lot of money because the other farmer or whoever you're renting the shop to is making a lot of money. So having it a percentage of the money he's making means the more profitable he's doing, the more money you're making. So you could potentially make a lot more money than a fixed rate. But a fixed rate is stable. Mm-hmm. Yeah, different formulas for different. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. That makes sense to me. Gotta say, stream's pretty dead today. 6 people watching. It's a holiday. I'll probably go another 43 minutes. 43? No, 23 minutes. Go to the top of the hour. Oh, kids won't even know what that means anymore. Top of the hour? Because the minute hand goes to the top. Kids don't know how to read analog clocks anymore. It's bunny laying eggs today. Never got why the bunny is Easter. Makes no sense. Poor chickens. The bunny just steals the eggs and pretend that it's the bunnies. There's a big scam going on there. The bunny is scamming all the chickens. Yeah, where does the Easter, like North American Easter come from? It doesn't make sense to me. Like, how did Easter go from a religious holiday to like a pagan holiday? I mean, marketing. It's always marketing, but... Maybe bunnies because of spring. Bunnies came from Germany. Osterhaze? Oster would be Easter. Oster hare? Oster hare? Oh, the Easter hare, Easter bunny was a judge of if the kid was good or bad. Huh? Just so he's Santa. Easter bunny is Santa. Yeah, so this can mean different things in different contexts. It can mean bunny ears. It could mean victory for a V. It can also just mean peace. The bunny ears comes from the Playboy magazine, pornography. You would put the bunny ears behind. So. Hey, Nathan. I know it's weird how things become normalized and common, come from interesting places. Okay, so in North America, we've made the Easter bunny cute and fluffy, but it's actually a hare from the German folklore, and he's scraggly and wild and scary looking. And he'll judge if you're good or bad. So he's a scary creature in German folklore. Hey Nina, how's it going? Welcome back, Nathan. How are you doing? Okay, we're gonna park this, and then I have no idea what we're doing after that. Okay, there's contracts to be accepted. Okay, so we can pay off some debt. Yeah, there's not much, is there? What do we have currently active? Just rock picking? Yeah, I'll work on that. Then we'll speed up time and see what we find, what we get. So we'll speed up time a bit here right now and see what the next hour brings. There we go, 1300. Nothing new. Nothing new. Wait, I just repaired. Why does it say I need to repair? Oh, I don't have enough money. Okay, I'm dumb. I didn't actually repair. I didn't read the messages. Probably said I couldn't repair. Because I didn't have enough money. There. Okay, now we're fixed. Never fill up this diesel tank. I want it to be empty, and once it's empty, we'll sell it, turn it around, and then place it again. Empty all the diesel. Oop. It's getting hot in here. I'm gonna go open the door. There's 12 degrees right now inside. Yeah, brand new shirt I'm wearing, quite comfortable. I need to update my membership list. I'm sure that's not color coded right anymore. 20 degrees Celsius today? Yeah, it's gonna be hot. Summer is here. Summer is here. That's not what I want. All right. So you're supposed to get up to 23 degrees Celsius? 23 degrees Celsius. Nice. Mm-hmm. It's a good idea. Maybe after new windshield. Doesn't matter at this point. Windshield's foobarred. Yep. You what? No contract? Let's see what 1400 does. There you go. Yeah, we have exactly the meter there they're showing. This is a pretty big biggest tractor we have on the farm now, 360 horsepower. But doesn't matter. How does it want to line up? I see. See, we'll do it that way. Yeah, it's a huge tractor. We just don't have the money to buy the implement for this tractor. I wanted to buy what did I want to buy for this tractor? A cultivator, maybe? Yeah, that cultivator right there. I want to buy that cultivator for this tractor. And a disker. I just don't remember which disker. Hey, John. Maybe that disker? Yeah, maybe that disker right there. I got one helper on here, but I'm only playing another 10 minutes. So I don't know if it'd be worth for you to join, but if you want to join for 10 minutes, not much to do right here, right now. Other than collecting rocks, and then we'll go see what the next day brings us. We bet the next day brings us more rocks. Do we own this rock picker? I think so. I think we own. Yep, usually Sunday mornings. Or Sunday afternoons for you. I'm ending a bit early today because I have to go to work so early today. So, which is unfortunate, but I don't want to go to work. I was hoping I wouldn't have to go to work till Tuesday, or tomorrow evening. But I guess it's part of the long haul trucking business. You gotta work when you gotta work. You don't get normal weekends. back axle of that rock picker in the air every now and then. Is the hitch a little bit too low for this rock picker? Yeah, Jess will be streaming during the week. Might be able to join her too. I don't know what she'll be playing. You may not even get that part of this week. Yeah, I know you did the last windshield and it worked out pretty good. Well, the last two windshields. Yeah, we got a big rock picked up from a semi, a fairly big rock, and put a big like rock chip in the window. And I had just enough time to make a plan of, okay, we'll get Jess to go bring it to the rock chip place and they'll fix the windshield before it starts, spidering all over the windshield. I had just enough time to figure it out with Jess, what we're going to do, which was about 7 minutes, till I hit the biggest crow I've ever seen. And... well, when you hit a crow that big with already a rock chip in the windshield, the whole windshield just cracked. I'm like, well, that went from a $50 fix to a $500 fix. Yay! Just what I wanted. What do you think I'm getting on Tuesday for work? I'm loading Grand Forks, delivering to loading Klasnikoff, delivering to Grand Forks, and then reloading into Florida. Same day. I don't know. Because I don't load Grand Forks into 4 very often. I bet we're going to get more Interfor loads because Essentials did a lot of Interfor. But Interfor doesn't pay very well. It could go to Vancouver. Hopefully Interfor increases their rates now that they can't have Essentials doing those loads anymore for cheap. Yeah, I drive a semi-truck, a Super B trailers, so 2 trailers. In fact, that's my main YouTube channel. This is our secondary YouTube channel. The main YouTube channel is me driving the truck. This YouTube channel makes $100 a month, give or take. The other channel makes $600 to $900 a month. Yeah, 8 years of trucking on the other channel. I mean, the other channel is much older than 8 years, but trucking for 8 years on the other channel. Province to province. Mostly British Columbia, but Americans always assume that the rest of us English speakers are all American too. Yeah, I used to run in the US as well, but I'm glad I don't. I kind of miss some of the highways in the U.S., but like the small highways in Washington, Oregon, Montana. But I don't mind not crossing the border anymore. With ice the way they are, I wouldn't feel safe driving in the U.S. right now. Canadian government has sent us a lot of warnings about travel to the U.S. and how unsafe it is for us. The funny part is the U.S. has made it's unsafe for us foreign drivers to be in the U.S., but how do you expect the product to cross the state line or country borders? Someone needs to drive across the border and deliver your merchandise. Your sister's husband's drives a W900? W9 or 9L? With a set forward long hood axle. I really like the truck. It's a good truck. 9L. Okay, so we have the same truck. It's been a really good truck to me. I mean, it's had its issues, but every truck has its issues. The issues it's had is not, yeah, it's like everything makes sense. So it's been a really good truck. In the pickup, yeah. I know. Yeah. All right, this is where I said I was going to call it a day, so I guess I have to call it a day. I don't want to, but I have to get ready for work. I really don't want to. I just want to sit here and just relax. Like I haven't been able to relax. Just relax. Since 2 weeks ago, Tuesday. Yeah, I haven't had any just relaxed time. Since 2 weeks ago Tuesday. I need a break. I need a vacation. Anyway, maybe I'll get some relaxed time next weekend, even though I'm way too far behind. We have to do our budget. The budget's already needs to be done this weekend, and so that's behind. Yeah. Maybe we can figure a way of... Yeah, but the cloud is so problematic. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Enough of my ranting. We'll call it a day right there. That's a pretty cool screenshot, right? Get some more of those bigger rocks on the screen. There we go. There we go. That's a good screenshot right there. Boom. Anyway, I'm out of here. You guys absolutely rock.
This video is brought to you in part by the letter C and these YouTube members. Cookie starts with C. What other things start with C? Oh, who cares what other things? C is for cookie, and that's good enough for me. Thanks for watching. Dum, 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 dum.